Many people don't figure out their own purpose, and some don't even try to seek it for. And some are struggling to find it and struggling to figure it out. And a few figure out, and only small portion of a few people who figure out on purpose actually follow their purpose. There's a few, very few people living on purpose, living their purpose. Now, that shows finding purpose is not an easy thing to do, but it is worth finding because the people who live in live into living in their purpose are very shining, very smiling, very good people, and they have an abundance of financial freedom, and they are most of them are very successful in their business too. So it is worth finding. And is it difficult, or maybe it might be easy? So stay with me for a moment. Now, some people sabotage themselves due to lack of specialty. They are not especially good at anything. So they can do anything with modest level, and they are pretty fine people, but they don't have any expertise on any field. So that makes them feel they are not a special people, they are not a special human being, and they think they are not meant to do anything special, and because they believe themselves to be a non-special human being. They don't think they have any purpose on this planet, and hence they don't seek out their own purpose. Roughly 23%, according to one study, of people fall into this category. And it is down from 28% to 23% a decade earlier. So that shows the people try to find purpose. More people try to find purpose, and that is a good sign as a humanity. Well, on the, and other group of people, some people are eager to find their own purpose, and according to some studies on finding meaning of life, it shows that 67% of people don't figure out their meaning of life. They want to have a clear, purposeful life, but they haven't found it yet. And about half of those people are quite talented people who can who can manage anything with very good quality, and whatever they initiate, they become good at it. So they are very talented people, they very qualified people, and this ability blurs their purpose, their the ability to find and focus on their purpose, because they can do anything better, they can do anything good. So anything, because they can do anything good, and they miss the one thing they can love it. And somehow whatever they I mean the because they are modestly good at anything, and that makes them feel the same as no specialty. So with that said, combining these two, this is surprising. It shows 90% of people don't figure out their purpose of life. Wow, that's that's big. That's overwhelming. With almost 70% of the people are trying to find one, and this is a really big common issue. This is so big issue. 90% of the people don't figure out their purpose. Hold on. Stop. See, 90% of people don't figure out their purpose. This is a big issue in the society. Now, some studies shows that 10% answers they know their life purpose. They figure out what their meaning of life is. They know what they exist for. They know which direction they are supposed to go. They know why they live. They know how to live. They know what the purpose is. So, next one is also surprising. Now, only 5 out of 100 follow their purpose. Only 5 out of 100 follow their purpose in their life. They know what they'll have to and actually do it in their life. They actually take action for their purpose. Only 5 out of 100. And 10% don't follow the reason, and the half of the 10%. That means I said 10% figure out their purpose. And out of the 10%, out of 5 from out of the 10%, don't actually take action for their purpose. That's why they, they all want to almost all people try to find their purpose in a hard way or for taking a long time try to finally find one. But half of the half of the people who find their purpose don't take actions. What? That's that's surprising. That's overwhelming. Oh, more overwhelming. They might hesitate to take action. Whatever the reason is, half of the 10% actually take an action. That's overwhelming for as a humanity. And with that said, 95% of people don't follow their purpose, and that makes almost the 5% almost a chosen one. And according to the book Think and Grow Rich, the author Napoleon Hill wrote that 2 out of 100. On the other hand, 98 out of 100 don't have persistency to follow their purpose to achieve their goal. And that means only 2 out of 100 follow their purpose for a long time. That means only 2% of the people actually take action and continuously and actually have persistency to bring that to their life work. Wow, that is so little, and that is overwhelming fact. Okay, so this is what statistics say. People want to find a purpose in life. More people join in to find their purpose compared to a decade earlier. So maybe that's, if you're going back more, and more percentage of people don't even seek for life, they seek for the purpose. So it is a good trend that more people try to find a purpose in their life. But however, only 2% have their persistency to actually take any action continuously for a long time. Now, people living for their purpose have good vibes. They are positive, they are energetic, they are generous, they are good people, and so on and so on. If you are living for your purpose, you gotta be a best version of you. Absolutely, yes. And life purpose is something worth finding. Now, the question is, how to find one? how to find your own purpose, how to find my own purpose in this life. What is what is the way? What is the method? Is there a method? Even is there a way to find my purpose effectively, efficiently, and clearly and definitely, precisely? I don't know. I would say this is listen. This is I want to tell you today. The answer is not out there. Actually, it lies within. That is the answer. If you want to find your purpose, go don't go look outside. Look inside because it's inside. It lies inside. Always, every day, everywhere. It's inside. You can't find it outside. If you try to find one through external attempts, like asking, consult with fortune tellers, try peer interviews, try to have others' opinion, books, research data, family heritage. Nothing defines you, neither your purpose. Nothing defines you, neither your purpose. So if you're looking outside for your purpose, there is no finding outside. Instead, you need to go inside. You need to dive deep inside. Not just what you can do right now, because you have infinite potential for what you can do. Don't just limit yourself to what you can do right now. It's it's nonsense. You can do whatever you want. Limiting yourself to what you can do right now is just close your eyes. What you can see. That's not a good idea. Open your eyes. Don't just limit yourself to what you can do right now. Just go dive into dive deep inside you, and you have to recall what you love to do. You have to recall what you are passionate about. You have to recall what you are better at with less effort. Try to find one. Try to recall it, the memory. The, go and go back in time when you are child. Go back when you are a youth. Whatever whatever the days you can recall, and something you do it, and you something you are good at, recall the memory, the find one. If you don't find anything, then that means you might have touched the thing you are good at. So try new things. Go try new things. That is the answer. Don't stop and go try find one. And this is a story I want to tell you today. Um, there is a man. There is a man named Steve Jobs. He didn't have any purpose in his early 20s, and he wanted to be a monk. He wanted to be a monk, and he did go to the India, and that he wanted to see the certain monk in India, but he passed away when he when he got there. So he came back, and he he started to um, visited the monk, Japanese monk. He was his name was Koben Roshi, and he was from the one of the major Japanese Zen Buddhism branch, and so named the religious group named Sotoshu, the branch of Buddhism, and he loved he loved Koben. Steve loved Coben, and he visited him many times, and he continuously asked Coben that and said, "Make me a monk, make me a monk." And continuously, he visited Coben and asked him to make him a monk. And Coben replied, um, and he didn't accept it. He didn't accept it. Instead of accepting him, he said, "Steve, you can achieve spiritual success while you achieve business success." And Steve wandering around to find his purpose other than to be a monk. And one of his favorite time was to attend another friend's gathering of computer science. In one of his friend's garage, and the bunch of people touching the motherboard and transistors and chips and registers on it and glued. It smells like burning metal to glue the transistors on a board, and they are somehow exciting to the chicken and the electricity meters, and most of the people don't figure out, doesn't make sense of what is going on. But one day Steve visited Coben and it said, I got enlightenment. I got enlightenment, Coben. And Coben told Steve, then show me. Then Steve brought the big black um, computer motherboard devices to him, and Coben didn't make sense anything. Didn't make sense at all. And of course, Coben don't know what was it, what it was, but eventually Steve founded Apple Computer. So it's important to find what you love, and what you must be first, you must be interested in, and next, you become obsessed with it, so obsessed, and then you start loving it. After you loving it, you need to stick with it. It's not enough just to start loving it. It's not enough to make it a purpose. Once you're loving it, you need to stick with it for a long time, with persistency for a long time. Stick with the thing what you love, the thing what you're passionate about. That would make it your purpose. It's inside you, not outside. Nobody tells you this is your purpose. Here you go. You can follow this purpose. This is your life. Go ahead. That's not gonna happen. You have to find it in yourself. You find it inside you. Once you find your love, once you find your passion, and you have to stick with it. You have to nurture. You have to raise it. You have to grow it bigger, big enough to make it your purpose. That is how to find your purpose. It's not outside. It's inside, and you have to pour your love, pour your much, many love into the love, into the passion. Then you can bear the purpose within you. That is how to that is how to find your purpose. So that is the message, my message today. Thank you for listening. I love you guys. Your habits will honor. See you in the next episode. Peace.